Very good.
Whaley also putting for birdie at 17.
Excellent, that's brilliant. 6 under. Little insurance, that one. Par 5 to close. And he knows it. Scotty's got to be careful he doesn't get dehydrated.
Leave it to be Siwoo Kim to play first, but the green still is occupied. While we wait, let's go to 15.
20 out, 6 from the right edge. And this is right.
Second shot, par 5, 9th for Eric Cole.
This could be special. Oh, it is. Top quality, Eric Cole.
It's a real compact, solid golf swing down of Eric Cole's.
Johnny Vegas turning this one right onto the pin. Quite going to make the journey up to the top deck.
Well, remember Ben Coles last year unable to get up and down from this position to help Taylor Pendrith get the win. Sam Stevens with a nice play there.
Yeah, good play on the upslope to his advantage there. Can pop it straight up in the air. That'll be a birdie.
Come on, Webb. Webb Simpson. Grandstand finish to make it through. Be the right distance.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
That makes, if he can knock that in the last hole, interesting. After the Eagle 2 at the 14th. From nowhere.
Currently 4 under. Siwoo Kim's currently 5 under.
226, right back in the teeth of this. This is going to be hit as hard as you can with an iron. Low ball flight looks pretty good.
I'm trundling back beautifully. Just under pin height. Give yourself a good shot at it there.
Touch out the left? Sorry, wind touch out the wind is straight in. Just barely left of the finish line. Where do you want to finish the ball? Just barely left of the flag. Barely left of the flag. Yeah.
That's interesting. Pin's cut on the left-hand side. It's kind of short-sighting yourself if you miss it over there. However, if you don't miss it too far left, that green does run from left to right down towards the hole. And at 17 under, I don't think he's got any issues with ball control at the moment.
A bit of water spraying up there on that shot. Oh, he's found the green. Not one of his closest shots all day. That's probably one of his widest that we've seen. Maybe a little water had something to do with that, splashing out from there.
Yeah, there was a massive, massive amount of water that came out of the ground as soon as he made contact. So just kind of put a little extra spin on it, leaving it to the right-hand side. And it's Jordan right down the heart of it. He just has 210 yards left. And imagine this is a pretty good 4-iron right now for him.
He's trying to move this in right to left, but it's hanging to the right. And that'll gobbled up from that big short bunker right. He's got that right. It is 40 yards right.
He's got to start this nearly 40 yards right to get this close with the putter. Turns hard right to left. That's very well done. Very well done. Not coming into this week with a whole bunch of confidence. Up near the top of the leaderboard. Very good.
Alex Smalley for eagle at the 9th. Yes. That's a nice way to finish for Alex today. Smalley's in at 6 under with that eagle.
Huge. This is huge. Webb Simpson. Oh, yes. Snaffles a 2 at 17, which makes the 18th very exciting.
That's when you need a heart rate monitor on them to see how they're acting.
Humber Hill for Vegas. Johnny Vegas, rather. Had the gas finish, but wrong letters in front.
Sam Stevens to get even closer to Scotty. He's only 5 back.
Do you know, that's a really good performance over 2 days. Take out Scheffler out the picture because that's otherworldly. Sam Stevens, pair of 65s, should be very proud.
It should be, absolutely. That was magnificent, pair of 65s. You take that at the beginning of the week. It's Cole. This for eagle. It's just, when we're watching Scotty now, how he's doing it with ease. Everybody else is saving putts, holding putts, getting up and down. He just seems to be hitting fairways and greens.
6 minutes past 6 o'clock in the evening in McKinney, Texas, just north of Dallas. And the sun now shining on Scotty Scheffler and Jordan Spieth. And it's expected to be constant over the next 48 hours.
Well, he is a short game maestro, but he needs all his skills here to save par when he has to. That wasn't a chunk and run, was it? That's high tariff.
That was spin, controlled, bit of zip on your ball. That was beautiful.
Look at all these birdies that Scotty has made, and then the eagle at 18 that got his round going 7 under on his round through 16 holes. Sort of remarkable, really, Paul, when you think of the fact that he was even on this round through his first 8.
He probably wasn't awake for those first 8 and eagling the 18th, which was his 9th hole. Maybe woke him up, but then he was put back to sleep for a few hours, or 6 of them. Just amazing. Belief goes a long way. And for this man, no, he hasn't won this year, but he's been close.
But he hasn't held any long putts that we've seen.
Not
so,
one.
You know, this is a 30-footer. They've all been 2 putts on the par 5s or chip it stone dead, or they've been very easy birdies.
It just seems when he's mapping his way round, he just gets the ball into the right spots, Rich Beam.
Oh, most definitely. And funny enough, you know, the sun just disappeared once again. But when the sun's out, I mean, you can almost just, the line just creates itself. And it's about as easy a 30-footer as you're going to find, just moving a little bit right to left, back up a hill ever so slightly, you know. And it doesn't get much easier to read this one.
We just had an insight then. He stood over for his sort of practice feel. He shut his eyes there and just had the feel of what he needed, or what was required for this putt. We'll see how he goes. Pretty good for a hole that length.
He's distraught. Look at him. Absolutely distraught.
How dare I make a par?
Seamus, after a wonderful bunker shot, to polish things off and get to 3 under par with this putt. Gives him an outside chance. But the birdies have got to keep coming.
And again, just like Scotty, this doesn't get any easier looking for Siwoo Kim. It's just all about the pace, but it's just moving from right to left ever so slightly.
Maybe tracking just that little bit quick, but hit a very good putt. It just shows how good these greens are rolling today. A bit of sunshine, Saturday, Sunday, and they will be perfect late on Sunday. Knows he needs to make at least a birdie on the last par 5.
It won't be long before 5 under is the cut, with a lot of golf still out in the golf course and to be played tomorrow morning. So
Which
5
means-
is where you don't want to be.
Which means, Rich, this is a must for Jordan.
Yeah, and it's kind of that, what is that throw-up zone on a Friday afternoon. A little left to righter here that you got to make. Just no thank you.
We've all been there, Rich, haven't we?
That's exactly why it's called the throw-up zone.
That's a brilliant up and down. Every once in a while, Rich Beam just lets you into his quiet little mind. It's a beautiful thing.
Let's head back to 17 with Eric Van Rooyen.
Right. Made a lovely pass at it. Get in. Unlucky. Had eyes for the hole, that. You were talking about a hole in one earlier on. It's a beauty.
Nick Watney here. This one will move from left to right, down the hill, back into that corner. And here's a guy that we had a great start to his career. Now trying to get it back. Maybe you need to putt those a little bit better. The Irishman, Seamus Power, only 94 yards here. This pin's 6 on and 4 from the left. And this is just a must. Needs to birdie in. A little bit right of this pin. Backspin here. Oh, didn't fly far enough there. Can't see the bottom of this pin from back there. Covered by that bunker at the front.
Staying here with Vajegas.
We're just coming out of the first cut here. He can throw this miles up in the air. Won't get a lot of spin on it. Oh, certainly go a lot more than I thought. Keep going. The veteran is on fire today.
Gets so down on the golf ball to create all that spin.
It's steep. Yeah, Rob called it earlier. It does take a lot of turf out with how steep that is. Enhance the spin.
Well, the position he's in, it's lovely to have a putt you don't have to worry about to get to 6 under par.
Shanky adjusts. Ball slightly below his feet. Should make it go left. Oh, he's done that beautifully. Yeah, that live. He's hit a couple out of the rough. Last few holes.
To the 9th. Closing par 5. Chance Amber Phillips trying to get this up and down. Oh, he will do that certainly with some excess check play.
Tap that in for a 68.
Nick Watney for birdie here. Don't want to give the hole away too much. Firm side to the left. Or just a
Ball might be going for a swim. I thought it was going to be airborne and then wet. Pity, great tee shot.
So Putnam and Phillips both will finish at 9 under par through 36 holes. Currently tied for third.
Tied for third and maybe just 3 shots inside the cup. That's how tight it is every week on the PGA Tour.
16 back up the hill here. Can't see the bottom of this pin. A bit like they're playing down breeze this afternoon.
Gap between Scheffler and Stevens is 5 in the second round. We are back to watch Scotty play his last hole here at the CJ Cup Byron Nelson.
To keep prices low. They digitally clone their happiest customer to make really cost-effective ads. I'm a real Skinny mobile customer who loves them so much that I let them digitally clone me using AI. Join me on Skinny today. Wow, what a heartwarming story about a telco that will do anything to keep prices low and customers happy. We are so happy. Get the Skinny!
Celebrate Mother's Day with sensational savings on big brand fragrances at Chemist Warehouse. Like Vanderbilt 100ml now just $14.99, save 5. And Britney Spears Fantasy Midnight 100ml only $32.99, save 46. Or treat them to Chloe by Chloe 50ml only $109.99, save 90. Surprise them with Gucci Bamboo 75ml for $159.99, save 30. For the perfect gift this Mother's Day, head to Chemist Warehouse, the real house of fragrances.
With Ancestry DNA, I can explore deeper connections with the people and places from my past and discover more of my family story today.
There could be more to your story too. Piece it together with Ancestry DNA.
Super savers at Super Cheap Auto. Save half price on the selected Castrol engine oils or grab a selected big bottle car wash at 25% off. Make it super cheap auto.
Jonathan Vegas at 16.
160 yards straight up the hill. Oh, I think that'd be a fly, just maybe a wrong club.
And now the final tee shot of the day for Scotty Scheffler.
Basically just has to avoid that bunker on the right-hand side. You know, he hit in the rough left or right. I still think he can get there with as far as he can hit it, and as good as he is out of the rough. So anything missing that bunker down the right-hand side, which sits just around the 300 mark.
Ripped it.
It's interesting. Scheffler will finish here the next 10 to 15 minutes. After 6:30 local time, and then tee off again, as you were saying, Rob, somewhere around 3 o'clock local time tomorrow afternoon in the third round. You have guys that will play a hole or two tonight, come back first thing tomorrow morning, and then again join Scheffler late in the afternoon.
this, but he won't mind. He's 17 shots the right side of par.
They're all trained athletes. They're built for this.
So Jordan needs 2 good shots and 2 putts. That's one of them. Again, side by side distance-wise.
Desire at 16.
Straight back up the hill there, so he can be aggressive. He's trying to get to the house here. If his shot's coming down the stretch.
See if Siwoo can replicate those first 2.
The reason he had that slightly apologetic follow-through was because he didn't catch it out the middle. Line-wise, it was fine. He just didn't strike it. And Ryan, left to right, 17, up the hill, to get to 8. Yeah, nice job, nice 2. Eric Van Ryan.
Vegas back at 16.
A slippy one down here, going for a little bit right to left, just hanging it out. Vegas has kept it together, hasn't been up there for a while. Just trying to keep it somewhere at the top of the leaderboard.
Well, that was my point about Scheffler being leading the way by a chunk, and those other guys that are up there, Kazar has struggled to be 9 under.
Yep.
Vegas has struggled to be where he is at 9 under.
Stevens has played probably the best out of the lot.
Yeah, 265 is top class.
So you're saying then, who comes in tomorrow who can get to the 12, 13, 14, 15 that possibly put some pressure on Scotty?
Definitely.
List for a closing eagle.
There's one long hit on Luke List.
Do some odd jobs around the house now. Saturday and Sunday. That shelf needs fixing.
His wife will have a list, I would say.
Paul, you were talking about Hoey or Jaeger or Champ or Thor Bjornsson or Mackenzie Hughes, who all haven't started their second rounds yet. His Desire continues at 9 under. One of or more of those guys can replicate what they did in day 1. Be a little tighter by the time Scheffler tees off tomorrow afternoon.
Yes, Penrith the second shot on 8, and you're right there. Is that the fact is they'll see that the golf course is there to be taken. They played day 1 with the ball in hand. They got finished, and they'll play ball in hand tomorrow. So it will be there. Schmidt here, 14, taking a rip at it. Big long levers on this young man. Something desperate here. Hard to get it close. Water on the left, bunkers on the right. It's been a pretty common spot today over the right hand side.
Jagers with a gentleman's persuading off the tee box at 7. 600, it worked hard to get to the mark.
Right.
He'll have a real good idea how he's going when he gets down to that scoreboard.
Now, Rob Lee, as you see the cut line probability, believes what Rob believes, that it's going to get to 6 under. If that's the case, this needs to go in for Webb Simpson. Better help, it moves to 5. If it doesn't, Paul, then that means Webb misses the cut. And we'll watch the PGA Championship in 2 weeks at home.
Yeah, that's what he was playing for, especially his hometown. Quail Hollow.
Birdie putt for Matthews at 5. Just cajoled and catching the right edge. That's all right.
And if there is perfect conditions, we can't see it going back to 5. It's going to go closer to 6 or 7. To your point earlier, Rob, like you can be sitting on 10 under, and you've only just made the cut.
That could do it for Walker.
That should get him to 6. And every 5 that gets to 6 is a death knell to the 5s.
Wu not as fortunate. Unable to make the cut this week, and now the green will clear for Kim, Spieth, and Scheffler.
See you and Jordan Spieth are right under the gun here. They have to make a birdie. They found the fairway.
Yeah. A little downhill. All right. And this you can rip. Okay? Yeah. I love this, man. Straight down.
Boy, I like that. Caddy just says a little downslope. Take one less club. This one you can absolutely rip. And it's all on the line. You want to go ahead and make sure you're swinging at something full, not feathering anything in there. This is from 237 yards.
Yes. Well done. There's 2 very good shots.
That's the shot that was required. He spoke about it.
Rich is right about the advice from the caddy. This is a club and you can rip it. And when you need to hit a shot, that's what you want to hear. Anything that's kind of ease up, anything like that sort of language doesn't help.
That's awesome.
Don't worry what he's going to tell you.
Yeah.
Just
It's how
slow it
it's
down.
how
You're saying it's
wider? Yeah. Like if you get it at the tower.
Yeah. That's where we want to hit it.
Yeah.
Tower, right?
Yep.
Straight down.
No, north-northwest, straight down. Yeah, I love it. It's a good solid one.
I'm a little surprised that Jordan and Scotty didn't maybe look at taking relief here, because it's very soggy ground underneath the foot off of some turf that's been resodded. It's from 233 on a flat line, maybe even a little upslope.
Go.
Come on. Well done. Terrific.
2 eagle putts for 2 guys at 5 under.
Now just put the nail in the coffin on the 5s. As they do. 2 pattern for birdies. Makes it even harder.
I thought so, but I guess the only question is like, how does it I just need it. Yeah. Oh, it's plenty of close. Right next tower. There you go.
Right at the tower is probably about 25, 30 feet just left of the flag stick. Underfoot here, it was really wet when I walked by it. So clean, crisp contact is essential.
Let's go hard. Well, I don't know how he's going to recover from that. Missing the green by being 1 inch too far right.
And that's all it was. It wasn't much. It was inches.
I pushed a hair, just a hair push, that's all. But again, you know, when you have the prowess around the greens, it's still encouraging.
Let's check on Sung J M. Back a hole at the 8th.
Slow putt this one. Can he get it there? He sure can. Korean. He's a ball striker. Yeah, showing he's pretty good with the putter.
That moves him to 6 under.
And we're going to see a lot of that. 5s getting to 6. And they're all in no such problems.
Iron in hand here. Got to get this all the way to the back. Down the front there, needs to stop. Not terrible. Preferably on the top plateau.
Defending champion needs this.
Like to take the weekend off. After being the defending champion, a lot comes with that. Everyone notices who you are. Probably get your own parking spot.
Only Canadian to ever win this tournament.
Slips that one in the right-hand side. A lot of pars on this. 9 for him.
Most of the people on the grounds here at TPC Craig Ranch are here to watch Scotty Scheffler, Jordan Spieth, and Siwoo Kim. There's Scotty's ball in the bunker.
In the green to get up to where the pin is. He could scare the hole here the way he plays around the greens. He doesn't do chunk and run.
You know, the good news is here, guys, too, is on a little bit of a downslope, compacted sand. Yeah, this is not going to be chunk and run. This is going to be low and skidding up there around the hole. And then he's just got to be licking his chops on a shot like this. This is going to get all his creative juices flowing. He's just loving it.
That for a closing birdie and a 63.
He was online. It's come out too good, possibly.
61, 63. If he holds that, that's pretty strict.
He shot the best score yesterday by 2. If he makes that putt, he has the best score today so far by 2.
He certainly put on display this back 9. A lot of beautiful line shots, does in his fairways. And the putters being kind to him.
I think we've seen Scotty over these 2 days in his best form.
I certainly think that being with friends doesn't hurt. Plays a lot of golf with Siwoo Kim and with Jordan Spieth and
sleeping in your own bed.
Right.
Changing a few nappies.
Bit of home cooking.
Yep, that'd be nice.
Check the staff are all happy.
Hopefully he's not cutting any pasta with wine glasses.
But I think he's probably not going to be making ravioli tonight. Just going out on a limb, but back up the hill, not a massive slope, but enough for one. You got to really kind of figure, you know, what's it going to do pace-wise when it gets on top of that flat there. So not a gimme 2 putt.
Another 6 inches short of Rich. It's a job well done.
Exactly. Oh, I like this. He's not taking. Yeah, sweep this one in.
Oh my goodness.
Enough for a Saturday start.
He doth shank it. That very nearly missed right.
Wow, that nearly missed.
Yeah, well played hole though. Good 4. Needed it to get to 6 under par. Excellent.
Good read for Spieth there, Beamer.
Yeah, but he's been coming up a little shy from putts at distance. What happens here when you need to hit it a little bit harder?
We'll take that. Thank you very much. Doesn't have to do the look at the hole, don't look at the hole shortcut thing.
Should be enough for Jordan Spieth to make the cut and play the weekend. The closest tournament to his house on the PGA Tour.
You see his scorecard, that was a really, really doughty comeback because he was gone.
Yeah, he certainly was. He had a few of those shots that hands come off the club and had to grind his way to the finish.
Scheffler debuted here as a teenager at 17 years old, 11 years ago, back when he was in high school in Dallas. Played a couple of times as a collegiate player at the University of Texas, making the Rich Beam track from the Austin area back home to Dallas. And now as a pro, is the best player in the world. Looking for one more closing birdie.
He would have gotten a sensational look at what Jordan and Sue Kim's golf ball did as it made its way up the slope. Yeah, made the same track, but probably not in the same amount of time. I like to drive fast.
Well, this doesn't do much. Left center.
Playing the best. .61.63 for Scotty Scheffler through 2 rounds in the CJ Cup. Byron Nelson. We didn't know this morning that we were going to be treated to some more Scheffler this afternoon, but due to a 6+ hour delay, we get it.
Can you have vintage Scheffler when you're only 28 years of age? I think we saw that for 9 holes. What a watch that was.
We'll get to see it again tomorrow afternoon, Paul.
Yeah, we can see who's going to chase him down and at least put some pressure on him, and he'll come out of that probably on top. And it'll be fun to watch.
Second round is far from complete. It will be by the time we join you tomorrow afternoon. Paul Gow, Rob Lee, Rich Beam, for Mark and for Will and for everyone. Back with our production team, I'm Taylor Zarzer. Appreciate you watching. Second round coverage of the CJ Cup. Byron Nelson at TPC Craig Ranch, just outside Dallas.
Golf coverage on Sky Sport is powered by Golf Warehouse, New Zealand's #1 golf retailer.
We've got your back at Beds R Us. Enjoy up to 50% off all Sleepyhead chiropractic ranges in our autumn sale. Plus, find your perfect match with Sleep Map. Only at Beds R Us, where dreams begin.
Luna? Luna? Luna, Luna?
Is your dog getting creative to avoid having their teeth brushed?
Luna?
Treat their teeth with a Dentistix a day.
Oh, thank you.
Get what you really want. For a limited time, get the Ford Ranger Wild Track Bi-Turbo for just $69,990 plus on roads. Don't miss out. Visit your local Ford dealer today.
Wrap-up gifts Mum will love this Mother's Day at the Warehouse. Velour PJ separates are now 2 for $30. Go for a robe for $20 or a candle from just $5. Find top treats for a great price at the Warehouse now.
Go Harvey Norman for free delivery on big brand laundry, refrigeration, cooking and dishwashers. Plus get free delivery on TVs 65 inches and above. That's free delivery on big brand washing machines and dryers. Free delivery on big brand refrigeration, including French door and quad door fridges. And free delivery on big brand ovens, cooktops, range hoods and dishwashers. Don't miss free delivery on TVs 65 inches and above. Big brand laundry, refrigeration, cooking and dishwashers. Best prices guaranteed. Limited time only at Harvey Norman.
He knows this ball is the most important ball ever, but he doesn't know what intestinal transit means. Dogs don't always know what's good for them. Lucky you do. Optimum adult formula with natural fibre.
Salah. McAllister! That's more like it from Liverpool.
The weight of the pass is perfect, so he can unleash first time. There's no way Pope can even think about getting close to that.
On by Watkins. And bursting through is Rodgers. And Rodgers scores! Route one from Aston Villa. Deadly, effective, Villa are level. This one will certainly stand.
Here's Muniz, Sa's come out a long way, and he's punished.
The audacity and the technical ability just to lift it delicately over Jose Sa is fantastic from Fulham's number 9.
Palace are onto them in a flash. Wharton to Eze. And now it's Mateta. And he's buried it brilliantly. What a stunning finish from Palace's top scorer.
Into Eze, not a foul, but look at that for a strike with his left foot. Just an easy side footer with his right, but his weaker left side, this is the confidence of him. Look, that's a great finish.
Jota. Diaz. Snapped on to Soboslai, who steers it in. He's contributing to important goals in the running.
It looks as if it's gone through maybe a couple of